To have you here with us. We're going to be talking about the book, Making More Money with Your Small Business. This is Creating Family Prosperity. This is a wonderful book that Stephen and Betty Gibson created. This book it's a workbook that they are famous for. They are the founders of the ACE program, the Academy for Creative Enterprise. And their goal is to help you get your small businesses up and running. And this is a whole course that we're going through chapter by chapter. And we've got Kurt Mortensen, my friend Kurt Mortensen, in the house, and got him out of bed early. So if you are in the house, I'm going to turn it over to you to go into chapter 7 of Making More Money. And again, thanks to Stephen and Betty for letting us use this wonderful book to be able to bless the lives of other people. All right, Kurt, take it away.
Welcome back to Creating Family Prosperity. This is number 7. Even when there's no jobs, you can do better, you can be better. You see other people doing it, you can do this too. We're going to talk today about how you can attract new customers and get existing customers to buy more. That is the key. Sales is everything. Customers is everything. Repeat purchases, repeat customers is everything. We're going to be talking about that today. So we're in module 7. Make sure you have that out either on a digital device, print it out, however you're doing this. There are things to fill out to make sure you can start a successful business, build a successful business, and of course, change the lives for you and your family. So let's talk about these questions as you prepare for this lessons. How do I frequently shop at my favorite stores? What makes sense to them as my favorites? Is it the price? Is it the service? Do they always have what you need? And that's what you need to think about is you're benchmarking others. Why are people going there? Why are you shopping there? Why are other people shopping there? Ask people about that. By the way, we're on page 37 here in your workbook. Let's continue with the questions. How do I get new customers to buy from me? And how do I get existing customers to buy more? Because if you have your existing customers, just buy more. Just double their orders. They're already customers. They already like you. That's an easy way to do it. Next question. What does it mean to please the customer? And is it true that customers are always right? Yeah, I would say usually every once in a while it's good to fire a customer. I mean, think about it. If a customer's taking 50% of your time, energy, and resources is only 5% of your profit, is that worth it to you? We're going to go in that today. So these are the ideas we're going to learn. Customers are attracted to businesses that meet their needs in a unique way, that cater to their wants. If you wisely differentiate your business and provide excellent customer service, you can win a customer for life. Customer satisfaction is crucial in growing a business. People come back and buy more when their needs and wants are listened to and met. Did you catch that? Listened to and met. We're going to go into that. Using effective sale closing techniques will increase the average amount of each sale you make. And repeat customers are some of the most valuable assets a business can have. Getting more on page 37, talking about some new terms here. We've talked about some of these, but make sure you understand these terms. For example, sale, a transaction that occurs when a customer gives a business money in exchange for a product or service that the product provides. Sales, and the money that comes in the business as a result, are the lifeblood of a business. Without sales, there is no business. And that's the key. You look at why small businesses fail around the world. Lack of sales, lack of sales, lack of sales. I'm a big believer that sales pretty much fixes everything. You get enough money come in, you can fix quality, you can fix distribution, you can fix fill in the blank. That's a powerful idea to understand. Next term, differentiation. The act of making a business product, sales, or store different from its competition with the goal of meeting customers' needs and increasing sales. And of course, sales closing techniques used to wrap up a sales to encourage a customer to buy a product. And don't stress about these closing techniques. I'm a big believer if you've done everything right, people will close themselves, but this is just a quick phrase. It says, hey, do you see how this will change your life? Do you see the benefit of this? Do you see where my product's better than the others? And when they say yes, done and done. This is not a hard thing. People stress about this, but when you're sales presentations done the right way, this is the easy part. This is the fun part. This is where you get the money. You have to change your mindset about closing and asking people. That's the biggest thing. Most people just don't even ask. Just ask. You want to do business? Can you do this? You want to purchase? Just by asking. I mean, you know McDonald's. You want to supersize this? Well, they don't say that anymore, but do you want apple pie? You want bigger fries? Just by asking is a 20% bump in their sales. So this is a big skill for us to learn. So let's continue on 37. Now that you're diligently working to apply the rules of thumb you learn in lesson 6 to your business, let's turn our attention to customers, the people who will ultimately keep you in business. In this lesson, you will learn how to attract customers, satisfy and retain customers, and increase your sales to existing customers. To attract customers, you must differentiate. You have to be different. So you're differentiating your business and your products, make them different and better than your competitors. To satisfy and retain customers, you must provide excellent customer service, and especially in your small town or competitive market, develop a personal relationship with each customer. To increase your sales to existing customers and to attract new customers well, you must learn to use effective sales closing techniques. So how do we do that? Just be a little different. We're not talking big different, just maybe 10% better, 10% nicer, a 10% bigger smile, 10% more convenient, just a little bit different. So it's just not everyone on the street has the same price, the same product. How can it be a little bit different? It could be price, though we don't like to fight on price, but it could be just long-term service. It could be a warranty. It could be a guarantee. There are a lot of things we can do. So let's talk about how to differentiate your business. The last time you walked through a major marketplace in a big city, did you remember seeing a row upon row of booths selling the same fruit? Did you see table after table of the same necklaces and rack after rack of the same keychains? So you've witnessed the need for differentiation, the need for businesses to make their products, booth, or store distinctly different from their competitors. Taking time to differentiate will help you be successful in business. It will attract customers to your business. And let me add a little word of mouth to your business. Differentiation is necessary in both what you sell and how you sell it. You can differentiate in many ways. 4 types of differentiation might begin with catering to the undeserved part of your market, repackaging your products, choosing a unique location, selling your products in a unique way. So those are the 4 we want to focus on. Let's talk about those as we go to page 38 and talk about the different ways to differentiate. It's, again, just a little bit different. Are you closer? Are you better? Are you nicer? Are you adding an extra one if they buy 10? What is it that makes you different? Do you guarantee its flavor, that it's the best, that they can return it at any time? What is your differentiation? There's a lot of options here. Let's talk about those 4. First one, catering to an undeserved part of your market. So in the Philippines, Coca-Cola is a popular drink delivered to stores by big trucks. Jazz Cola, in its effort to differentiate itself, uses small delivery trucks and motor scooters that bring its drinks to remote neighborhoods and small towns by driving down small back roads that are unreachable by the Coca-Cola large trucks. That's differentiation. Are you closer? Are you better? Are you more the local town hero? I mean, Coke's great. It's a big company, but a lot of people want to support the local merchants, the local companies, the companies from around their area, the merchants around their area. People tend to be more loyal to things like that. Second one, repackaging your product. Viv is a leader in a bottled water market in the Philippines. It generally sells water in 1-liter bottles. Absolute, a smaller bottled water company, differentiates itself by selling water in 1.2-liter bottles. This repackaging enables it to charge more for its product. So is it repackaging? Is it putting it in a different bag, a better bag? I mean, there's so many different things that you can do that you can provide in this situation. Next one, choosing a unique location. You can also make a product or service different by having an unusual location or no set location at all. You can find the best corner in the market, sell from a cart from your bicycle, or even sell your products door to door. Yeah, if you're online, digital, they can just order and it's delivered to their door. That is a big trend around the world. That's something to think about if that's possible. If you're in an area that most people have a digital device. Maybe it's just even texting you. This is what I need. This is what I needed. Here's my address. And you can build your customer base like that. Next one. Selling your products in a unique way. Be creative in how you sell your products. You might try combining products and selling them as packages, providing a service to go with your product, or displaying your products differently from your other competitors. What can you add? What can you do different? Especially in a service type project. Is it a free coaching session? Is it lifetime guarantee, so many different options that you can add there. So think about stores or bottles you shop at frequently. Why do you shop there? In what ways are their stores, products, or services different from other similar businesses? So let's get into that customer service. Once you differentiate your business, you'll hopefully have many customers. To entice those customers to buy something and return to your store frequently, you need to work on customer service. The goal of customer service is to attract new customers and get your current customers to buy more from you when they are at your booth or stand or in your store. When you focus on customers, that means that whenever you make a business decision, you have a customer's interests and needs in mind. Ask yourself, how will my customers feel about this decision? Will they like it? Does it help me better than their needs? This customer focus is critical in a competitive marketplace. So customer service can be measured in 4 categories. Customer dissatisfaction, customer orders a Coke, gets a Sprite. Customer satisfaction, customer orders a Coke and gets a Coke. Customer surprise, customer orders a Coke and gets a Coke and a glass full of ice. Customer delight, customer orders a Coke and gets a Coke, a glass full of ice, and a saucer of peanuts. Good customer service is simple but effective market strategy. So on page 39, there's a customer service quiz. Take it. Remember, it's all about the people, serving the people, making the people happy. The customer's always right, usually almost always right. That is the key. Take it, see where you rank. There are answers at the end of the module. Very important. But let's get into those sales tools. We're all in sales. We sell something, ourselves, our idea, a product or service. One of the keys to your success, be able to persuade and influence, get others to want to do what you want them to do and like doing it. That is the key to your success. That's what makes you successful. It doesn't matter where you're in the world. That is the key to a successful business, is persuasion, influence, and learning how to sell. So let's get into some of those sales techniques. To increase revenues and hopefully profit from our business is to study effective sales techniques. Most owners of small business do very little to increase sales, especially the individual sales made to already existing customers. First of all, what is a sale? A sale is a transaction that occurs when a customer gives you money in exchange for a product or service you provide them. Sales are the lifeblood of any business. Without sales, there is no business. A wise person once said, nothing happens in business till someone sells something. As you think about the statement, write down in your own words what that quote means. Because what happens to a business when there's very few sales? Remember, number one reason around the world businesses fail, lack of sales. Sales fixes everything. You can work on what you need to when there are sales. That is a key factor to your success. So how do you sell more? So to continue on page 40, when you are trying to make a sale, you must first enter into a conversation with the customer. You have to open your mouth. You have to ask. You discuss what the customer is looking for by asking questions to uncover what the customer needs. By entering into a conversation, you can present your products in a way that will motivate the customer to buy them. A good salesperson asks and listens a lot more than they talk. She asks questions to pinpoint what the customer is looking for. Then she makes suggestions that encourages the customer to purchase the initial item of interest and perhaps a few more related items. A poor salesperson makes suggestions before she finds out what interests the customer. When you look at great salespeople, here's the secret. Great salespeople are more introverted. See, a lot of extroverted salespeople, they tell people what they do. They throw up what we call sales darts. You should do it because of this. You should do it because of this. You should do it because of this. You should buy because of this. You're just guessing. If you could just back up, be the consultant. People love to be consultant. Don't love to be sold, but they love to be consultant. Great salespeople are better listeners. They ask more questions. Ask 3 times more questions. And that's the secret. When you can listen and ask the right questions, they'll tell you everything that you need to know to sell them something. Or you can just guess. I mean, sometimes there's not a lot of time if you're at a flea market or have a stand to know what they need. But if they're there looking for something, listen, ask questions. That's the key. Let's continue. Let's practice analyzing a sales situation, see how a salesperson's actions and words can influence a customer to make a purchase or increase the amount of his purchase. Pretend that you own a small fruit stand with about a dozen different kinds of fruit. The young mother walks by and picks up a bunch of bananas and looks at them. List 5 different questions you could ask the woman to start a conversation. Remember that you want to be friendly, but you also want to encourage the sale. So this is for you. Think it through. What are you going to ask? What's the most important thing you're looking for in a banana? I mean, that's simple. Maybe they don't want it to be ripe. Maybe they want it to be ripe. Maybe it's flavor. Maybe they want it to last a long time. There are a lot of options. Maybe it's a certain brand. List the different things, the different questions that you could ask there. And next one, list 3 suggestions you could make to the woman about the bananas and other fruits you have. What's different? What's unique? Is it the farmer? Is it organic? Is it have more flavor? Those are different things that you can ask when you are the consultant. You're listening to what they need, and you could ask the right questions. What is the worst thing about the last banana you bought? Okay, what drives them crazy? That's something to find out. So let's get into those closes. Critical part of making a sale is the technique you use to encourage the customers to buy the product. Those techniques are called sales closing techniques. Here are 4 most common and most effective closing techniques. After you understand them, practice them with your friends and relatives and with your customers. It's easier than you think. You don't lead with these. Some of these can be abused and overused. These 4 are pretty tame, they're pretty basic. There are others that are very aggressive that people don't like, but you're there, you're smiling, you're developing a relationship, you're helping them out, you're asking the right questions, and you can just say, do you see how these bananas will last longer, taste better, and make your family healthier? Well, yeah, okay, here they are. And you let them know what the price is going to be. Here's the first one, alternative choice close. Instead of asking yes/no questions that allow customers to say they don't want to purchase anything, you present 2 options and ask which one they would prefer. Regardless of which choice the customer makes, you have made the sale. An example of this technique is asking, would you like the mangoes or the oranges with your bananas? Or we could deliver the fish to you on Tuesday or Thursday. Which would be best for you? Be alert for opportunities to use this type of sales close. Start using it and you'll be pleased with the results. And the psychology of this is simple. We like to choose. And when they're choosing, all the choices are good. So make the choices all win for you. They all work for you. You can use it with your family, with your teenagers. You want to do the dishes or take out the trash. Right? Let them choose. They feel autonomous, like they feel in control, that they have power, and you do the same thing. You want it in green or red. You want it delivered Tuesday or Wednesday. It can be used in any aspect of your life. Next one, sharp angle close. The sharp angle close is a conditional and usually starts with the word if. For example, if you get the seedless grapes tomorrow at the price we discussed, how many pounds would you like for me to order for you? The power of this closing technique is that you, the salesperson, know what you have to do to make the sale. If you can perform a specific action, then the customer commits to buying something. The danger is that you must be able to perform what you said you would. In the case, get the grapes. If you don't, you will lose the customer. And it also helps you find more information. If I do this, will you do this? If I can get it to you for $1 a unit, would you buy 100 units? If they say yes, it's done. That's what they're looking for. And you discover that based on the questions you ask. Next one, the puppy dog close. The concept behind the puppy dog close is that if you can get a customer to agree to a small initial commitment, the customer will eventually make a larger commitment. Buy something from you. This closing technique gets its name from the best example, a puppy dog. Just explain that one too. It's pretty simple. Depends on the country you're in. They have pet stores. You're with your little 5-year-old daughter, wants to see the puppies. You're like, no, not going to happen. And you're like, all right, we're just looking. And you're looking, you're apprehensive. I mean, they are cute. And then the store owner comes over. This is the puppy dog close. Hey, I can see your apprehension. I get it. I understand. Just take it home for a week, and if you don't like it, bring it back. You fall in love, done and done. And you do the same with your product or service. You prove your worth. You can offer a sample. What can you do? Let them try it out. A free coaching session. Any of those things could be the puppy dog close. Next one. The pending event close ties the sale of an item to a future event in which a way that it provides a sense of urgency, or I'll say scarcity, that often motivates the customer to make a purchase quickly. For example, you could say, I know you want to give this fruit basket to your wife for her birthday. I can guarantee it will be here and very fresh the day before her birthday, but only if we place the order today. Or this fruit basket is one of the most popular. We might not have it left in stock if you wait until the end of the week. Human nature, scarcity, urgency, a reason to purchase. If I can wait, if I can delay, if I can find it later, I'm going to put it off. So what can you do to create urgency for them to purchase that day? Limited quantity, limited your time. If you don't commit today, I have other proposals that I'm doing, other maintenance that I'm doing, other projects that I'm working on, other coaching sessions that I'm doing. You can create that urgency. As you use these closing techniques in order to encourage existing customers to buy more, you will want to track your progress. One very accurate way to see if your new sales skills are paying off is to record and review the amount of your average sale. This number represents the average amount of revenue generated by each sale because it's easier to encourage a customer to buy a little bit more than to find a new customer. Focusing on increasing your average sale is a great way to grow your business. You calculate your average sale by adding up the amount of revenue generated over a given period of time, day, week, month, whatever it is, then dividing that total by the number of sales you made for the same period. For example, if you sold 800 pesos worth of products last Tuesday and had 25 customers, your average sale would be 32 pesos. Right? The math, 800 pesos divided by 25 customers. Now, the exercise on page 43, I'm not going to do this for you. You need to do that. So you need to keep track for a couple reasons. To see where your profit is, to see how many customers you need to talk to. So you can decide your whole annual income by saying, I need to talk to 10 people a day, sell 2 of those people, make X amount of dollars, and you can achieve your annual income. You can reverse engineer it. Plus, you need to track yourself that you're getting better. So instead of 2 out of 10, you're doing 3 out of 10, then 4 out of 10, you're getting better, selling more, selling bigger packages. You need to keep the score. And remember, it's all about the customers. You run out of stock, you don't have what they want. The customer is always right. You need to understand that and how that works. So that's on page 43. Fill it out, do your math. Customers are the most important. That retention is going to be important. Keeping the customers loyal is going to be important. Learning sales skills is all very important. Do the math as you go back through this module. Now take a look at the bottom of 43. This is your field work. So find a store or booth that sells a variety of small products. Plan to observe the store or booth 3 times in 1 week for an hour at each time. Make your observation at the same time each day you go. So the first day, count how many customers visit the store or booth and how much they buy something. You can use the sheet that's on there. On the second day, look for signs around the store and copy down advertised sales or promotions. Are there advertising signs at the store? Is there a banner promoting something? Are there flyers people take home? Do people come in with coupons of some sort? Are they scanning something on their phone? Ask the owner if he or she uses advertisements in the newspaper, radio, or TV. So observe, be aware, ask. They might not talk to you, but most will. Surprisingly, most will. They will talk to you and give you that information. Continuing, on the second day, make observations about the customers. Are they near the same age, gender, in the same class economically? Are both the customer and the salesperson happy at the end of the transaction? Is this business selling more than just the product or service? What is the intangible product? Is it convenience, better health, prestige, hope? List your observations. So that's the key. Observe, take notes, look. You can even ask some of the customers questions. Why do you shop here? Why do they come here? What's their favorite thing? What's one thing that can be improved? Information, knowledge is power in this situation. So on the third day, listen to the salesperson. Write down what he says when trying to make the sale. Is the salesperson friendly and helpful? Does the seller try to build a comfortable relationship with the buyer? Does the seller ask questions to be sure the buyer needs are met? Is the salesperson good at presenting the product or service? And does he highlight the benefits? Does the salesperson make suggestions to the customer? What techniques does he use to close a sale? Is there any effort to follow up or invite repeat business? So after you do this, review your notes. What suggestions do you have? What can you do? And not only is the questions going to be appropriate for you, maybe you want to add some questions. Interview, ask your neighbors, why is it important? Why do people go there? Why is there a line? How do they find out? Their favorite things that they can improve. That's powerful information for any influencer to have to adapt your sales message. And that's the key. Your default setting is you tend to sell others how you like to be sold, and that's wrong. You need to sell them how they want to be sold. You need to interview them and talk to them. So, final writing assignment. Based on what you've learned from this lesson, think about the products you sell in your business and brainstorm ways to differentiate your products and business. Then summarize your thoughts on how important customer service is to the success of your business. So do it. Work on the module. But let me talk a little more about sales and persuasion. One of the most important skills. People buy from people they like. So here's the formula. I've talked about it before. This is the key. The key to sales. Here are the big three we've talked about. Let's review some of these so you know that you can work on these. The first one, when you're selling someone, you have to identify the WIFs. What's in it for them? If it's business to business, what's in it for the organization, the company? What's in it for the department? Whatever it is that you're doing, what's in it for them? Why should they care? How does it change their life? Is it going to improve their weight, their health, their finances, their relationships? What's in it for them? And make it tangible, make it real. Let them know that it's happening with other customers. That's the first one. The second one is be more likable. We've talked about people skills of becoming more likable. That is a key piece to your success. Do people like you? Do you have the people skills? People are sold by people that are like them. So likability, similarity, the same thing. And of course, do they trust you? Are you going to deliver? Do you keep your promises? Do they trust you? Are you an expert? Can you help them out? Are you solving their problem? And take a look at the number here. When you do all that, that's an 88% chance of selling the person. That's off the charts, very important, something that you can do with this formula, this sales formula, this persuasion formula. Those are the big three to get better in sales. But, let's talk about it. Let's say you're approaching people, talking to people, and all you're getting is this weird resistance, okay? And you're like, what's going on? So here's like a post-persuasion, a post-sales checklist. All right, let's talk about it. The first one is reasons. All right, you didn't give them a reason. There was nothing in it for them, no reason to care, no urgency to make a decision. There was no reason to do it right then and there. You didn't give them any reason that was going to benefit their life or solve their challenge. So that's very important. That's usually the biggest one for most people, but this is important. If you're getting that resistance and someone says no, go to this list, call it the 4 R's of resistance, and figure out what can you change, what can you improve for next time, because that's where greatness comes from. Who cares they said no? What's the saying? Some will, some won't, so what? Who's next? So it's a matter of opening your mouth and talking to other people, but it's also a matter of backing up and say, what can I do better next time? What can I change up? What can I fix? What can I improve? That's where the greatness happens. Second one, they didn't have the resources. Now, we've talked a lot. Usually that's money. It is money. There's just not the money. They would love to have it. They don't have the money, but it could be the time. They don't have time for a coaching session. They don't have time, fill in the blank. Maybe they don't have the support from home to purchase it. Maybe they just don't have the mental capacity, or we call bandwidth, to be able to do it. So at this situation, you need to back up and let them know the return on investment. That, well, you can spend $1 and make $5. We can do that all day long. If you spend $1, you're going to save $10. You're going to fill in the blank. You show them the return on investment or the return on their time. They put in 10 minutes. It's going to save them 2 hours. You have to package it and let them know, really, it's going to save you money, time, energy, resources, whatever it is. Third one, risk. It's too risky. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if it's usually a personal thing, the risk? What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't fail? I don't believe them. Something that you're saying. So with this, you need to add social validation of the people that are purchasing a product or service, how it's changed their life. You can offer a guarantee or a promise that it will work. It'll do what you say. If not, bring it back. It's great to have a great guarantee or promise, especially when people are sitting on the fence, they're not quite sure. A great guarantee or promise can double your sales. Or number 4, could be open to this one, representative or you. They didn't like or trust you. That's what it came down to. So maybe you need to have somebody else talk to them, improve your trust skills, your relationship skills. That's what I call the 4 R's of resistance. Do the module, go through this. It's a game changer. Take the quiz and assessment, answer the questions. You can make this happen. Anybody can do this. Anybody, and it's easy. It's simple. What's the definition of simple? Something you can do, something you can learn to do. That's the key. That's the factor. You've got this. You can do this. You just, as we talked about, keep pumping the pump, keep going forward, get past that fear of opening your mouth. We've all had that fear of opening your mouth, asking for the sale. But for most people, the biggest one is just ask. You ready to go? Can you do this? Do you see the power of this? Do you see how this changed your life? Do you see how this is better than? Yeah, when they say yes, it's done and done. So that is the key to your success. So fill it out, work it through, and then I'll see you at the next module. That is the key. Work through it, get through it, become better, build your business, grow your business, and help your family. And we're going to all go out and make the world a better place.
Thanks, Kurt. I wanted to make sure that you all know that there is a wonderful place that you can go to the site itself. So when you come into the successandmoneyfoundation.org and you come to courses, so if you come to courses and then you look at the free books and downloads. So if you come here to the free books, you'll notice that that is one of the books that's on here. Actually, it's in the download section. Sorry, wrong one. So you're going to come to courses. You're going to come to the free downloads. Let me see where it is. It's in one of these two. Give me a second. I'm a little slow on the uptake. Let me go back and try it one more time. Free books. Let me make sure I refresh because I know we've added a whole bunch of new stuff in here. There it is right there. Sorry. So it's in the free book section. And it's called Creating Family Prosperity Where There Are No Jobs. You simply click on the PDF and it'll pull that up. And again, this is a wonderful book that was done by Stephen Gibson and his wife, Betty, who are the co-founders of the called ACE, Academy for Creative Enterprise. And you'll notice that we've been going through these with Kurt. So far, we're at chapter 7. And if you want to skip ahead and go through the book, you can go through this wonderful set of books here. So there's all kind. This is where you can get you can print this out, you can do the workbook, and you can do that so that it's works really good for you. Now, in addition to that, when you go to the courses, this course is being built right in front of your eyes. And so you come to the money courses, of course, and then you come down here to the small business is what we're looking for. So we're going to scroll down here to the small businesses. Gosh, we got a lot of great stuff here. So make more money with your small business. And you'll notice that the course is right here. And you can click on it and you can go through the replays of those classes because you'll notice that we've got the first 6 lessons up there. And we're doing these one a week. And so as soon as we have them all done, you'll be able to go through all of them at once. We're also probably going to make this and turn this into a Earn While You Learn program as well, because we want a lot of people to go through this program because it's a great, great program. So that's the system for the Creative Academy for Creative Enterprises. Good and a wonderful thanks to our good friend Kurt for being in the house with us. Stephen and Betty Gibson, thank you for letting us use your book. They have 735 chapters all over the world. And of course, most of the stuff we do is digital, getting our digital and doing our classes digitally. But if you want to do a face-to-face, toe-to-toe with networking with other groups, go to the Academy for Creative Enterprise. And I think it's the-academy.org or .com. I think it might even be .com, but look them up. And we love what they do. And they are some of our next step groups that we work with. In fact, if we come back here to our courses and then pull it down to next steps. So give me a second. Let me take you there. So if you come back here to courses, and then you come down here to next step resources, we will create that. We'll add this to this, the Academy for Creative Enterprises. So we will add a link to that so you can get there as well, because we are big believers in what they do. Also, while we're here, many of you need to learn how to do more with doing stuff online. Great organization called code.org, and there's a couple of wonderful classes there. And of course, these are all of our next step courses. So this has been Tom Painter. Thanks, Kurt, for Tom and Kurt. We're going to be right back in our next section, and we'll see you back here in just a second.